Hello! Welcome to something a little bit different for my channel. Today I'm going to be trying some real life filming for the first time, and we're going to be unboxing this exciting package. So the first thing I've noticed about this is it's really difficult to hold the camera steady. I'm using my iPad here with the YouTube Capture app, so hopefully this will come out okay. And I'll go ahead and we'll film this segment by segment. So I've opened up the box, cut in here, and we'll take a look inside. Okay, here we go. So it's the Saitek FLY 5 we're going to be unboxing today by Mad Cats. I'll go ahead and get out of the box and we'll take a look in a bit more detail. So here's the front of the box. Let's go ahead and flip it over. I'll try and keep the camera steady. That's the rear of it there. We can see all the sort of customization options and stuff on the back. Let's go ahead and open it up and look inside. Right then, so here's the good stuff. Here's the base of the joystick on the left hand side, and then we've got the joystick itself here, and the base of this fits into the socket on the main base of the joystick, and as I understand it, these two parts kind of open up to provide a more stable base to use it on. Underneath, I think, yeah, I spotted a user manual, so let's take a look inside here. We've got some technical support and warranty information, and then the manual itself, user manual, a couple of pages. Congratulations on buying your Mad Catz FLY 5, the world's most adjustable PC joystick with free camera shake. A couple of nice, looks fairly easy to understand diagrams, and then third page of instructions over here, and then into different languages there. And I think that is it, yeah. Okay, cool. Well, I'll have a look at those instructions in a bit more detail and start putting the joystick together. Okay, so I've read through the manual. It all looks pretty simple, and then I flipped the box over to release the joystick and found we've got these kind of cable ties on the back. And something I've been really impressed with actually so far is the quality of the packaging here. This is a nice solid plastic, nice bit of cardboard kind of surround. The joystick is held in against this, so it's not going to bounce around in transit. The main box itself, you had the kind of window in, and it's nice sort of solid, you know, corrugated cardboard here. You can see a couple of layers. So yeah, quite impressive. Let's go ahead and cut the ties. Do this while keeping it hopefully in camera. Okay, cool. I'll pull those off and we'll take a look at the actual joystick itself. Okay then, so here is the base and the joystick. I'll just flip the cardboard packaging over just to try and reduce some of the light shining into the camera here. Just one more thing on the packaging to note. This entire unit, the base, if you look just above my thumb there, actually, you should be able to see some light through the base of the unit. There was actually a cable tie all the way through the unit that was securing it to the packaging and the box, which I think is a really good sign in terms of attention to detail. So hopefully that translates through to the product itself. It does seem fairly well built and solid. Let's look at the joystick now. And the thing I'm immediately noticing is, as I'm left-handed, and I would want to use this joystick potentially kind of left or right-handed, and there's immediately I can see some bulk here on the left-hand side of the stick, which isn't going to fit naturally against the palm. It's not too bulky actually. I've got probably fairly large hands, and it's not too bad there. I can kind of hold that, and it's relatively comfortable. I can see the base of my finger here being against the base of the unit. That'll be not too bad. In the right hand, let's see how that is. That's immediately a lot more comfortable. So yeah, it fits against the palm much more naturally. We've got the trigger here, and then we've got the sort of 4 buttons, 1, 2, 3, 4 buttons there. We've got a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got an 8-way hat here, and then a scroll wheel. Yeah, cool. So we've got a fair bit of adjustments on the stick itself, so I think if we press in here, this whole unit will slide up and down. I'll check the manual for that. And let's try and locate the stick onto the base next. So yeah, it looks like we've got a little notch in the external circle here, which will locate against that. So I'll go ahead and do that, and then I'll come back. Okay, so here is the assembled base and joystick. And you can see I've just extended the legs of the base as well. So you've kind of got them on the left and the right here, and it just makes the unit a lot more stable. It is actually pretty stable with them retracted as well, but when it's like this, I can actually kind of hold the unit and move the entire table around really easily. You can see there's no slippage on the table at all, which is a really good sign. We'll just pull those back in, and we'll pop them together and just click them in place like that. The first thing I would note about kind of placing the stick onto the base is there was the notch on this side that was fitting into the gap on the base just above the locking ring here, and it didn't really sort of click into place as I was quite expecting the stick and the base to do. It was a bit more fiddly to kind of sort of push the stick on and be sure that it was located before tightening the ring around it here. But once that was in place, it was okay. Just a sort of note of caution just to make sure you've got it in place before you start tightening the ring and the threading on it. But yeah, pretty kind of good impression so far of that bit. One other thing I want to look at was the adjustment on this side. So this is, you can press this button in here like that, just clicks, and then we can pick the unit up and we can slide this up. And then it can slide back down, and you can see you can kind of adjust it for various different kind of hand sizes with this whole unit moving up and down. I'll go ahead and pop that back down, and we'll look at a couple of the other things that can be adjusted. So the manual here, let's go through the different pages, the things we're going to look at, just trying to bring that into focus there, so hopefully you can see the text. I'm going to go through and look at all of these. Particularly the kind of head adjustment here, the sort of pivoting backwards and forwards, and then over here as well, and then I'll come back and let you know what that's like. Okay, one thing to mention before we go any further is the adjustment tool itself. That's actually stored in the right hand leg here. You just pop it out of this nice cushioned seating, and I've gone ahead and I've loosened the various adjustment nuts on the joystick, and I'll show you those now. So on the right hand side here, we've got the one here to adjust the rake. So I've loosened this off, and if you look carefully you should be able to see a couple of little dots here. I'll just try and turn this into the light a little bit more, and you should hopefully see 4 dots and then one of them protruding. Once you've loosened the nut, you can actually push that in towards the device using the adjustment tool, just sort of poking the end in, and then you can move the rake of the joystick backwards and forwards, so this entire unit moves backwards and forwards, which is quite handy. We've got one up here, which I've loosened as well, and then you can adjust the entire head, so this moves backwards and forwards in a range of different angles. And then the final one is on the front here. Just in there, you actually screw that in and out, and that moves the buttons here backwards and forwards within this unit, which is quite handy as well. So yeah, very adjustable joystick. One final thing to mention before we finish up this unboxing is the throttle here on the left hand side. So when the joystick is in the sort of extended position like this, and you've got the wings or the feet, whatever you want to call them, kind of out, on the left hand side here we've got this throttle. It's actually a dual throttle. You can move it backwards and forwards together like this. You can put your hand on it while you've got one hand on the joystick over here. But if you want to use them independently, you can unlock them like that, and then you can move them independently as well. And that's quite a nice motion there. So let's lock that back up, and then again it's nice and easy. But you have got a bit of resistance. It's quite a nice feel in terms of the motion there. A couple of other things to mention. We've got the buttons around the side of the unit, and then we can switch the mode with this button over here. So that's the Saitek FLY 5. I hope that's been useful. Please join me again next time, and I hope I'll see you soon.